keep telling me you're gay. You talking about I want a belly piercing. You want a what? First of all, that's kind of fruity in the booty. Oh, I'll never do. I live my life like a gangster. You can't tell me I ain't gay. What's up, Boomerang Gang? Class is in session. Pay the attention. I'm here to tell you about the time that I fought my first boyfriend. I served that nigga. Cause what tip, okay? But it's also going to be a learning experience for everyone because there were so many red flags. If you ever have this many red flags in your relationship, then like, please grasp onto anything. One of them, please. Learn from my mistake. Before I let y'all know what was popping in the skididity days, I'm gonna need y'all to smash the motherfucking subscribe button. Y'all be watching me all in my DMs, all in the comments, but ain't subscribed. How that work? How do that work? Do you even like me for real? No, bitch. Okay. And join the Boomerang Gang. I don't remember the exact order all this happened here, so I'm going to tell it in the best way that I know how because none of it makes sense. It don't matter what order it was in, it just really doesn't make sense. So I was 16. I think I was going through something. Niggas always get you in a bad state of mind. So if you're in a bad state of mind, stay single, baby, because it's not gonna work out, okay? I'm here to tell you it's not gonna work. So we gonna call this nigga Shadow. He should have stayed the shadow behind me to where I know he always there trailing behind me, but I don't ever look at it. That's what I could have called that nigga. You remember exactly how I met him? I think I met him through some friends. Actually, I think I met him because he was genuinely just a bum that used to just walk around. And like, he just happened to be in my neighborhood because everybody used to like come to my neighborhood and just hang out there in the ghetto suburb, you feel me? He used to always like flirt with me and try to talk to me or whatever. He did look decent when I first met him. He did not look broke, okay? He had on some type of like sports jacket, and then he had on like, I don't know, I think it was some white Nikes, or maybe it was some Black Forces. If it was Black Forces, that was a red flag. Red flag number one, Black Forces. Black Forces. A nigga don't care about his life nor yours. If he got them oh, okay. So yes, he came in there finessing the system. He came full-fledged at me like, I want you. Like, I want you. I'm up your ass type shit. He was on that type of time. He was giving all heavy energy, okay? So I was like, no. I still was like, no, yes. Like I said, I used to be holding niggas. I still was like, no. Brother that I had, I knew him from school or whatever. And I was probably going to talk to him, but I don't know how this dude Shadow got in my phone, but he got in my phone and he blocked dude, like literally blocked dude from my Kick. I know y'all remember Kick. So he couldn't talk to me. So the whole time he thinking like I'm ignoring him, but in reality he's blocked and I didn't even know he was blocked. First of all, that's a move. That's straight corny. Like, no competition. He said I'm going to block this nigga. Like, you can't even talk to her. He was all lovey-dovey for real. Like, I even asked Slick and she was like, I can tell by the way that he looks at you that he loves you. I can tell he loves you. I know he loves you. So I'm like, this nigga love me. Dumb. You know, I think he love me. He think he love me. He think he love me. She think he love me. He love me. Dumb. Here comes the series of unfortunate events. This nigga, I remember vividly, this nigga lied about getting hit by a motherfucking car. One day, he was supposed to come over my house. Our house was like very close walking distance. Remind you, he had my mama, him, and my granddaddy. My granddaddy was like, that's an ugly mother. Ugh. Like, he was like, don't bring that ugly mother over here. I don't want to talk to that mother. That's a sign. So take heed. And I noticed he's like not there yet. So I'm like, so I pick up my phone and I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you at? And he like, oh, I just got hit. I got hit by a car while I was walking on the way to you. I'm so sorry. I'm in so much pain. And I'm like, nigga, you ain't tell me you got hit by a motherfucking car? Like, what the f? I'm like, did you get the license plate? Like, what happened? Like, how the f did you get hit by a car? He told me a whole story. I don't remember what it was, but that shit was believable. I'm like, oh my gosh, my nigga got hit by a car. I'm about to go take care of him. So I rushed over there to this nigga crib. This nigga got crushes in a motherfucking, not a cast, but that wrap that you can buy from Family Dollar. He had that wrap wrapped around his leg, like motherfucking saran wrap. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm like, he has crutches. This nigga, like, literally is, like, crutching himself around the crib. But my first question to him when I got there was like, because he lived in the basement. I'm like, how are you getting up and down the stairs? Oh, they helping me get up and down the stairs sometimes. So I could really do it myself. So I'm like,
Cap.
huh? Wait a minute. So you got hit by a car, but you got hit by a car like an hour or two ago, and you not in a hospital, and they sent you with some saran wrap. They ain't give you no cast. They ain't give you no cast. They just sit like, what hospital did you go? So, like, where's your discharge papers, nigga? Like, I'm just like, and I'm sitting there, and I stayed there for a long time. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It took me a little bit to, like, click in my head. And mind you, his whole family there, like, his grandma there just looking at him like, but she ain't even like me for real. Like, I think she ain't like me because her man liked me.
And
his grandfather liked me, then his uncle liked me, his cousin. But we gonna get into that a little bit later. Like, no good ass nigga. So I'm looking at how she looking, and I'm looking at this nigga struggle to get up the stairs. Whole family just like letting this ride. Like, they not even saying shit to me. Like, don't think somebody family fuck with you, cause they don't. They fuck with whoever is their blood. There's at least 5 motherfuckers in there watching this nigga fake limp around on a crutch. I caught him in that lie. He literally told me like, yeah, I lied, la la la, and he's laughing, and I'm like, yo, that shit not funny. Like, you had me like really concerned, like you're f***ing hurt. I came over here like Captain Save a broke nigga, and you over here perfectly fine, faking on crutches. Who the fuck walks on crutches when they don't have to? You f***ing lying ass nigga. LGBT people, it's a disclaimer. I like vagina, so I'm not homophobic. I don't discriminate, but I don't like bisexual dudes. Like, I want a manly man and I want a feminine female. That's it. That's all. He was, first of all, he was wearing my fluffy unicorn slippers around his house, and his family told him, like, first of all, that's gay as f***. Second of all, the whole hood telling me this nigga is bisexual. He was chilling with somebody and their mama was in the crib, and they was talking about sexuality, and he was like, well, what if I like boys and girls? And she was like, then that means you bisexual. I literally ask people all the time, are you gay? Do you like this? Do you like no discrimination whatsoever, but if my preference is my preference. So I'm like, why do people keep telling me you're gay? You talking about I want a belly piercing. You want a what? First of all, that's kind of fruity in the booty. His family, we gonna beat your ass if you get that belly piercing. That shit not funny. Homophobia is real. But I was just like, dog, like, you like mad embarrassing right now. I promise I'm telling the 100% truth in this story. It was Valentine's Day. His crib or whatever. Not his crib, but his basement. You hear me? He got it all spiffy for me. I don't even remember what he got me. This nigga like stole something from me or whatever. I don't know if that's romantic or ghetto or whatever the f, or maybe all of the above. Probably poor. But he really stole me something for Valentine's Day, and I was thankful for it because I was 16. But in reality, like, me right now, I'd be like, bro, you stole me something from Family Dollar for Valentine's Day? Like, nigga, go get a job. I did tell him back then, like, get a job. Like, get a job. He was broke. Like, get a job. Broke as like, he used to ask me for money to get him drawers, but every time I saw him, he ain't have on no new drawers. So I'm like, what did you spend my money on, nigga? What did you spending my money on? Like, you ain't even buying yourself some new booty holders. You just in this like free balling in the holy hands. I cannot make this up. This nigga did not want to get a job. Anyways, or actually, was it a regular day? Oh, I remember what happened, y'all. So this nigga was not home, okay? His family with me, all right? They wanted to me, but they couldn't anyway. So they let me in the crib. You feel me? Y'all know how I do. Hi, it's Karma. Oh, he's not here. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. So they let me in. I go downstairs, right? So me being me, like, I'm bored. I get to like touch his shit, right? Right. You know, like, curiosity always kills the cat. Like, everybody keeps a secret. So I'm just like touching stuff, like not looking for anything, but I was just, you know, like spectating his room, like while he wasn't there, like, cause I'm like, is this nigga being dirty or what? So I'm looking around. Why the fuck did I pull out a card, right? It was a card and it said something like,
"Hi, Shadow. I miss you so much. I can't wait until I can get out of here so that I can see you and we can be together. I miss you so much. I love you. And you're everything to me. I appreciate, even though you're not writing me back right now, I really appreciate and love you. And I just wish the best for us. And I love you again. And today, they let me out so that I could write this, and all I could think about was you."
and I'm like, yo, who the f? And it wasn't just one. It was like drawings, like creations, like poems, love letters, like regular letters. And I'm like, this was in jail, y'all. Like, she was in jail. This nigga had a whole jail on me. Like, how fucking wow. Like, a whole jail, a whole sitting in a cell waiting on you, a whole bitch sitting in a celly waiting on you. You selling this bitch dreams, all right? I knew something was wrong with me, because, or actually nothing was wrong with me. I probably do that again today. I literally, from the top of the roof to the bottom of the floor to his full-size mattress to the pool table, I tore that motherfucker up like it was a fresh piece of ass in the motherfucking celly. I tore that up. I flipped shit up. I fucking threw papers everywhere. I tore that down. I left. I just walked out like normally. Like, bye, granddaddy. See you later. Yes, I was so happy to do that shit. They'd be like, do that make you feel good? You damn Skippy. Hallelujah. I ended up talking to the jail over like through Messenger, Facebook Messenger. I mean, I didn't even cut into girl or anything. Like, she was lows, like really depressed, and that should have made me look at him differently, because like, why are you taking advantage like of this girl who's really depressed? Like, what are you even getting out of this? Like, is it the power trip? Yo, I'm just starting to like remember it. This nigga was a liar, and he also told me this. He told me when he first met me that his ex was pregnant and that they were together and she died while giving birth to the baby, and the baby died too. So now that I'm thinking about this nigga, I'm 100% sure that was a fucking lie. I went through those messages, dog. This nigga was talking about, I'm gonna buy you these shoes, I'm gonna get you this, I'm gonna get you that, I love you, babe. Like, he talking to her like he talked to me. And I'm like, I'm one of a kind treatment. What the fuck is going on? You his girlfriend now. She told me everything. I don't remember what it was because I don't really give a f. Red flag of the course. What did I do? What did he say to me to make me not break up with him? He wasn't even that smart to say smart shit. I think I was just like ditzy dumb. It's because I was young. It's a lesson to young girls, because young girls, we don't pay attention. Like, we be seeing the shit, but we be like, what does that have to do with me? That's a sign. Me and my cousin, we went over there, like, we spent the night. She had a dude she wanted to talk to, and I see this lady in the kitchen that I've never seen before. She's just sitting at the table, and she like, you know how somebody give you like a fake excited hey, like, hey, like, it's
hi, scared ass bitch.
The first thing I didn't think was, oh, this nigga trying to fuck with this old bitch. But like, I'm like, bro, who is this lady? Like, I've never seen her before. So me in my head, I'm thinking she either friends with the uncle or she's a friend of the family, right? Keep that bitch in mind. I find out that this bitch had the nerve, the audacity, the Dragon Balls Z to be a side to a 16-year-old. Just going out sad, like, baby, you're going out bad. Like, you're being the side to a 16-year-old. The 16-year-old don't know shit about you, and you're being a side to the 16-year-old. Like, how you gonna be the side chick to the 16-year-old? Oh, you got kids my age.
You know what you are? You're a clown.
I'm a clown?
You're a clown. Okay?
Really?
Your whole life is a joke.
You being a side chick to my boyfriend. You crusty, dusty, crusty coochie bitch. I still stay with him. I know. Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. The lady from last story, Paprika, messy 30-year-old in the neighborhood. Used to go over there. I don't know why Paprika was... First of all, he was 19 years old. I don't know why 30-something-old Paprika wanted to do pills and smoke with a 19-year-old boy. Red flag. Pills. I got 2 girlfriends and Karma know and Karma okay with it. And I'm like, nigga, why are you lying? Stop lying. That's not a good for the soul. It's not good. God do not like liars. This was the thing that set me off like over. Then he was like, she ain't never gonna leave me alone. Worst decision ever. Don't ever tell anybody who's ever told me like, oh yeah, or they ever, as soon as you get the thing in your head, like, oh yeah, she ain't gonna never stop fucking with me. Boop. Like, baby, you can't get in touch with me. Shut up. Don't hold yourself shut up. This is toxic behavior, I know. But I'm like, I'm not going out bad to a gay ass, lying ass, cheating ass, faggot ass fucking boy. Like, broke boy. I'm not going out bad like that. Like, no. So I was like, let's play a game of who can do it better. His granddaddy liked me. His cousin liked me. And damn near all his friends like me. His uncle liked me. I can't even keep track. I was in his grandma's basement and his friend was over there. I don't even want to give him a name because he ain't that important. This was one of the dudes that like just had it out for me. Like, this nigga used to be my DMs, downplaying this nigga. Like, he used to just like tell me everything. We was playing A-ball. He was eyeing me. I was eyeing him. My boyfriend sitting over there mad. Like, crazy part is boyfriend trying to show out. He trying to show out to him like by treating me a certain way. But what he didn't know was that his friend was looking at me the whole time. I can't do it on camera. It's too much pressure. I'm about to fuck with dude's friend and make him mad. Period. The fuck? The argument started because I had 2 phones at the time. So I gave him one of my phones to use. You gotta get in touch with me anyway. But it had my old SIM card in it. I had gave him my SIM card since I left it there. I'm like, oh, you can use it for a minute. But I used to catch 2 buses and walk to school because my mama didn't want me going to school in a certain school district because it was a whole bunch of bullshit at the school nearby me. And she was like, you're gonna be fighting too much. So I used to have to get up early at like 6 o'clock in the morning, catch 2 buses, walk to school. I'm like, can I get my SD card back? Because I gotta, you know, I want to be able to listen to music. I don't want to take no 2-hour, you know, silent ride, walk. I just didn't want to do it. So he like, no, why you gotta get your card back? Like, he's like telling me like, I'm not gonna get my shit back. And fucking broke that he wanted to get mad at me because I wouldn't let him use my SD card that was in my phone. Just go steal the bitch from Family Dollar like you did my goddamn $2 bracelet, bitch. Like, he has an attitude about it. I'm like, bro, like, you know I do it. Like, he just no concern, like, just does not give a fuck. Like, I need this. He probably needed it to cheat. That's probably what he was doing any fucking ways. He was a motherfucker. I ain't trying to fuck bitch. This nigga had the motherfucking audacity to be trying to pay dirty looking ass prostitute for sex, and they were saying no. You trying to buy pussy because I won't give you none? You're going out sad, Pee-wee. You're going out sad, Shadow. So I should have called him Pee-wee. That's his new name. He's doing too much. I'm like, I'm about to leave. I'm not about to be with you no more.
I am gonna leave.
you, nigga. This, I don't give a fuck about this relationship anyways. Like, broke up with him in front of his man. I hit this nigga pride like he was supposedly got hit by that motherfucker car. That's when this nigga like started tripping. He like, get the fuck out, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I'm already walking up the stairs after I broke up with him. I'm already walking up the stairs like leaving. He comes up the stairs like trying to like push me like, come on, you ain't moving fast enough. And I'm like, who is this bitch touching? Like, I'm already leaving. Like, don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me. Don't do that. Don't show out for your friend. You're just going to be dick riding me tomorrow talking about you're sorry. Mind you, his friend walking up behind him too. Like, he made a scene. He went and opened the door talking about some get out. And I'm like, God, he talking to the voices in his head. Who he talking to? He doing all this like. So I'm like, nigga, you doing too much. You can get the from in front of the door. I told you I was leaving. You're not about to disrespect me and try to kick me out when I said I was already leaving. He not letting up. So he comes to me, walk up to the stairs, and it's like a wall right there. And then the door is like back this way a little bit. So I'm standing on the wall like, not even paying him no mind at one point in time, because I'm like, you're not talking to me. You're not about to disrespect me. You're not about to make a scene in this, try to embarrass me in front of all these fucking people. This nigga walks up to me and he tries to like, I don't know what he did, but you don't touch your girl Karma, okay? Because Karma kills. Well, right. Something telling me he like pinned me against the wall. Because soon as this nigga touched me, I literally climbed backwards up the wall, like scooted up the wall, like climbed backwards up the wall. And I just had this nigga kid like this. God, I'm always happy. So anyways, they like, don't hit her, don't hit her. I was popping this nigga in his. So that happened. His granddaddy, like, everybody came to break it up. I walked out the house. I went in the street. I picked up the phone that I gave him and I threw that as hard as I could at the ground. Like, just hoping that bitch would break. Like, break. This ain't the last time I fucking destroyed my own shit. I also stabbed my own tires on my own car with my other ex. So, because Corey, you about to drive in my shit. Period. Okay? His granddaddy took me home. He was like, you know, this is just, you know, you young and you're gonna find somebody better. That was the time I fought my first ex. That ain't the only motherfucker I fought. I don't approve of domestic violence. I'm not saying go beat your nigga ass. I'm not saying go beat your girl ass. I'm actually saying don't do that. He probably still battling with his sexuality. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to join the Boomerang gang. Let me know if y'all like my story times. Comment down below what y'all would like to see.
I will be back.